Live over here now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith along with Kennedy, Jessica Tarlov, Jesse Waters, and Greg Gutfeld. It is 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. Fox News alert now. The Salvadoran migrant and alleged MS-13 gang member Kilmar Abrego Garcia is back on U.S. soil after getting charged in Tennessee federal court. He's facing 2 felonies involving human trafficking for allegedly transporting thousands of undocumented migrants into America, including minor children. And it gets even more disturbing from there. Attorney General Pam Bondi is laying it all out.
He was a smuggler of humans and children and women. He made over 100 trips, the grand jury found, smuggling people throughout our country. The defendant abused undocumented alien females, according to co-conspirators who were under his control while transporting them throughout our country. This defendant trafficked firearms and narcotics. A co-conspirator alleged that the defendant solicited nude photographs and videos of a minor. A co-conspirator also alleges the defendant played a role in the murder of a rival gang member's mother.
The charges stem from a traffic stop in Tennessee back in 2022. Abrego Garcia pulled over for speeding, and that led law enforcement officers to suspect him of involvement in human trafficking. And now the Democrats and the media are going to have some big questions to answer for after turning Abrego's case into a rallying cry.
The Supreme Court orders the Trump administration to return the Maryland father who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador's notorious prison.
A Maryland father.
A Maryland father.
A Maryland father.
He will not return the Maryland father.
Maryland father.
The Trump administration claims it is not required to bring back Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Maryland father wrongfully deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador.
Oh, boy, do we remember. Maryland Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen reacting to the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia to the United States. He said, quote, "As I have repeatedly said, this is not about the man. It's about his constitutional rights and the rights of all. The administration will now have to make its case in the court of law, as it should have all along." And get this, the media is still pumping out the Maryland man narrative. Axios just tweeted, quote, "Breaking. Wrongly deported Maryland man Kilmar Abrego Garcia is on his way back to the U.S." But if you're going to spend your time, Kennedy, what about the undocumented females that are allegedly victims of his? Where's Van Hollen and these Democrats fighting for them? I mean, if you read through the sickening details of this now grand jury unsealed sealed document, the indictment, the jury is alleging, among other troubling findings, he's a member of MS-13. He transported thousands of gang members and children, abused undocumented females, and attempted to solicit child porn. How about the victims?
So I think what the Democrat narrative will be that the Maryland dad is quite an entrepreneur because, you know, he had a fun little business where he was shuttling people back and forth. And if you're going to make money, you got to make the most money. And that's by getting kids into the country illegally because their parents will pay thousands of dollars. They'll borrow it. They'll steal it. It doesn't matter what they do. And, you know, if Van Hollen is so in love with the Constitution, why didn't he take the Constitution for margaritas? Why did he take a gang member? And, you know, it's like Democrats are sitting here every day. We hear about, you know, a new focus group and a new study and a new concentration of pearl clutchers who are so worried about how they got so off message and how do we lose populism to Republicans? It's like by doing stuff like this. You know, it's like you choose who you defend, and instead of defending, you know, defenseless women who are beaten and killed by awful people who happen to be here illegally, which, you know, does make up a minority of the people who are in this country undocumented, but they're not looking out for them. They're not looking out for the 200,000 children who have gone missing in this country. This is the person that they chose to defend. And what happens is when his real biography is written with the actual facts, it's very damning for them, but that's what they chose to bet on. And unfortunately for them, it's another losing proposition.
an a-hole.